I'm going to show you how to sell products using GetResponse, and I'm going to show you exactly how you can automate this process and do it in a safe way so that you can spend more time doing what you love and less time being online, I guess. So I'm the real Robin Williams. Welcome to this video. I'm going to jump right into it. I like to be thorough, so I'm going to jump right into the basic stuff. I'm going to make this really quick, but you want to hear this because if you skip this, you might not be selling nothing nowhere. So you want to listen to this. The first thing you want to get is a professional domain name. And there are a couple of things that you want to look at when you get this. And all this is your website name, a name that represents you and your company, a name that people can go to if they think about your company and want to go to xyz.com. So for instance, you probably maybe looking at a domain for, let's just say, Robin's Dog Walking. So if I had a dog walking service, I could say, I want to look up the domain Robin's Dog Walking. The first thing I want to look up is to make sure that this domain is not blacklisted. And all this means is that maybe someone had the system or that domain before you had the domain, and maybe they did some things they weren't supposed to do with it, like spam a whole bunch of folks. And because of that, it will be a lot harder for you to get that unblacklisted or get it taken off of the blacklist and start using it for marketing. And if you try to, you will pretty much probably get shut down, get sent to the spam box and things like that. So make sure that domain that you purchase or that you currently have isn't blacklisted. You want to make sure it's something easy for people to remember. You want to make sure that it's something easy that it can relate back to you. And you also want to make sure that it's something they can spell. Okay, so you want to make sure it's easy to spell for most people. Once you get that domain, it's important for you to connect it into a system to where you can use it. Now, I like to connect it to the funnel builder that connects to my autoresponder. But ultimately, outside of connecting to my autoresponder, I'm able to connect these links that I'll be able to use inside of my newsletters that I send out and GetResponse. So ultimately, if I had Robin's Dog Walking Service or whatever, .com, I could put a slash at the end of that domain, and I can create as many pages as I want with this funnel builder service, and just put contact or info or form, whatever that page is related to. I can put that link on the back of my main domain link. So you want to be able to connect it to that. Also, probably even before you dive into a funnel builder, you want to sign up for a professional email. Now, I almost forgot to mention that I can help out with all of this stuff that I'm talking about right now, like with your GetResponse, connecting them with your GetResponse, and also setting up this funnel builder so that you can have the links that you need. And the link is at the top of the description of this video, because I do realize there's a lot of companies that offer services, but not the support. You'll be able to connect to these services and get them up and working for you by using the link at the bottom or at the top of the description of this video. You want to get a professional email, and this is extremely important because technically you can't even email without one. So once you get that professional email, it's certain things that has to be done to that professional email to make sure it is operating correctly and to make sure it is compliant. And I don't want to scare you away and start naming all these alphabet acronyms that they tell you have to do with this email. But ultimately, I will tell you this. It sounds difficult, but it's very simple once you have step-by-step videos. And you only have to do this once, but it's extremely important before you move forward with your GetResponse marketing. Another thing that people overlook before they start marketing on GetResponse, and also affiliates, product owners, just everybody, is that you want to make sure your market is matching your message. So I'm not sure exactly what type of marketing you're doing, whether you're doing paid ads, free content marketing online, but you want to make sure you're talking to the right people that is looking for the information that you're giving them. And you also want to make sure that that first email that you set up and GetResponse and the emails moving forward will match the information that they're looking for. So the person should be the match for your message. That person should be the match for the first email that they receive, and they should be a match for the links that you're sending them and for further emails that you send them down the line. If they don't match and you're starting to send them information about whatever, so maybe it started off with dog walking, but maybe you decided to talk about cakes, I don't know. Once that starts being different and it's not matching, you will start getting spam complaints, and eventually this works like a domino effect. So you'll get the spam complaints, and GetResponse will look and say, hey, what is going on here? Maybe we should probably put her on the other server where we're not even going to really deliver her messages in the first place. They'll probably put you in, let's just say, a low qualifying status. They're going to put you on the projects. I probably shouldn't have said that, but it's almost like the lower living of the GetResponse servers. And what happens is, this literally like them saying, we don't care if your email makes it into the inbox. Maybe it'll go to the spam box. Maybe it'll not go at all. But you're not going to email anyone from our nice high-rise penthouses. You're not going to email anybody from our nice servers because we don't trust you, based on the fact that these people are saying you're spamming them. They didn't ask for this information and things like this. So you want to make sure all of this information matches. And the next thing, we'll be heading over to GetResponse here shortly, but the next thing you want to do is you want to make sure you email consistently. So this may differ depending on the type of niche you're in. So if you're in the dog walking service, I would say maybe the customers could get maybe a couple of emails per week. Maybe prospects could get an email every week to 2 weeks. I typically email every day. I need to get back to emailing every day, but essentially I know that if I'm not emailing every day right now, I better keep emailing pretty darn consistently so people don't forget about me. You want to do the same thing for your business. You want to email so people don't forget about you, okay? Because when they do forget about you, and they will if you're not emailing them, they will forget and they will mark spam. They will say, I didn't ask for this. I don't remember XYZ company. So it's important that you do it. And it's also some on-page things you want to take care of. Now, all of this stuff, most of the stuff, they're just things that you can do to help make sure that you have a pleasant experience with marketing, to make sure that your prospects have a pleasant experience with your marketing. But ultimately, you put all this stuff together to just help your chances of building a rapport with the right people and getting sales online. So let's go ahead over to GetResponse here. Oops, if I could spell it right. All right, and I'm just going to log into my account. All right, so in my account, I can literally go to tools and email marketing. So this is where I am emailing folks email. So typically you want to make sure you have a decent open rate, and you also want to have a decent click rate too. So I'm going to go to create a new one. I think I'm going to create one from my templates, not my templates, my existing messages. Just so I don't have to really create one, I could just show you some examples. Here is one email that I created the other day. It's definitely, I think this came back as a decent email. I can't remember how this email performed. Ultimately, you want to make sure you have decent grammar. You want to make sure there's not a lot of misspelling. You want to make sure you're not using a lot of spam related words. You want to make sure you're not using things that people will complain about, maybe calling you a liar or telling you that basically what you're saying about your products aren't true. You don't want it to be things that are false claims, essentially. And so another thing you want to do is you want to make sure that you have my bad, let's just copy message content. So that was the whole purpose of me going there anyway. You want to make sure that you have a link. Oh, that's a YouTube link. So this is totally a bad example, but YouTube is fine. You can totally send YouTube links in your GetResponse. So I'm going to give you an example of what I would normally send inside of my emails. So if I click here, it brings up my main domain. Here, I'll use my actual builder as an example. So the link that just brought me here was this link here. It actually is a xyz.com link and /builder, because I know that it goes to my funnel builder tool, and I click enter and it automatically refers or goes and routes to my referral link. So whenever I'm marketing online in my GetResponse, I will highlight that, add the link, and I will add this domain. This is extremely important because if you're an affiliate marketer, or maybe you're marketing other people's products, you have to understand there are probably hundreds, if not thousands of other people marketing those products as well. And you don't essentially know how people are abusing them or misusing them. So what you want to do is make sure that you use your own domain, because Google, Hotmail, Yahoo, all of those email providers, they're literally looking at all of the people who may be misutilizing these links. And when they see that there are a ton of people using these links, they will mark it as spam. And you could be marketing your product a legit way and not spamming people and not emailing out unwanted emails. You could be doing all the things right, but because you have that one link or that base domain that they don't like, because of that, you're going to spam jail too. So you want to try to avoid that with anything that you're marketing online. And if you're marketing your own products, again, you probably would just use your own domain, which is great. And that's pretty much in a nutshell how you would sell on GetResponse. Let me just recap this for you. You're going to want to get a domain, your own domain online. I'm getting this confused. You get your own domain online. When you get your own domain online, you also want to get that professional email account, because you're not going to be able to email anybody without it. You want to make sure that email account is set up correctly as well. When you go out there marketing, you want to make sure everything matches. Your message that you're sending to your audience, all of that needs to match. Your first email that you're sending plus your ongoing emails that you're sending. You want to make sure you use your links in those emails with your professional link that you set up. You want to make sure those professional links are being used in your emails so that you're not looking like Sammy the Spammer out there. You want to email consistently so people won't forget you. And you want to make sure your on-page content is set up correctly. That's ultimately how you make money using GetResponse. And if you didn't catch on, it's just a conglomerate of little things that you could put together that help you make money. And if you need help building the audience online, building your list, making sales, converting your sales online, using copy, things like that with your business, definitely check out the link. It's only one link that you need to get help with all of this stuff. And it's the same products, the same business, the same mentors that help me bring in sales over and over again online, and also help me get this video to you. So I appreciate you watching. Hopefully you got a lot of value, and I wish you the best of luck on your GetResponse, your marketing journey. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, because I'll be forgetting to tell you to do it throughout my video. See you on the top. Peace.